Hey guys, it's Coco Louie, and thank you guys so much for tuning in to the Unbothered After Show. We're going to get straight down to the nitty gritty of each episode. Episode 1 has dropped, and we're just going to get straight to the details, y'all. And today, joining me, director, producer extraordinaire, Mr. J. Benear. I have Jason, played by Malik Gray. I have Tiffany, played by Devin Carter, and I have Faye, played by Mamie Karoma. How you guys doing?
Hey, girl.
Hey,
Yes. First of all, I'm loving the all black. I clearly missed the memo. But
I didn't
it's
even notice
okay.
that.
It's okay. Y'all are lit. So again, first and foremost, congrats to you guys because the first episode was amazing. Okay. Amazing. So I just want to get your views and thoughts on, overall seeing it with everybody, because of course the premiere happened back in January. It was a very exclusive event, but now it's out and open to everybody. So what was that like? What was the response like from people that didn't make it to the premiere in June?
I actually didn't go to the premiere, but I definitely heard that it was lit. And I saw all the pictures and everything, man. So it turned out must have been turning out great.
Okay. And Devin?
Well, I already knew that the response was going to be crazy. Obviously, I've worked with Jay Benear in the past, so we all know his creative genius, and the feedback has been great. I loved chiming in for the live chat when it actually streamed, just to see people talking about it in real time. So seems like everybody loves it so far.
Okay. And Mamie?
I agree with Devin. Like, a lot of people were excited about it, like when I was posting it and stuff like that. And a lot of people were asking me like, oh, where's it going to be streaming? What's the platform? I just saw the trailer. I'm so excited. You know what I mean? And then once the premiere did come, I had a lot of people who weren't able to buy tickets because they sold out so quickly. So they were just eager to know when the first episode was going to drop. So we got a lot of push for that as well.
Okay. So. Now, I'm just want to throw it to Mr. J. Benear. So again, the exclusive premiere happened in June, but prior to the actual premiere, which was last week.
Okay, why you say it like that?
Because I was like, dang, I shouldn't have said that. Okay, we just gonna edit that out. So prior to the premiere, the world premiere, you entered into a couple of film festivals, and the show has received some accolades. So would you say that really drove like the anticipation for it finally coming out for everybody to be able to see it?
Fun fact, this series was supposed to drop last year.
Okay.
We were supposed to do this last year, and obviously, shout out to cousin Rona came through and knocked a couple people out. She did her thing, put her foot in that potato salad. But
potato salad.
it got raisins in it too. But the thing is, obviously things happen and things happen for a reason. But I knew that I just felt like now was the time. I didn't want to keep pushing it. I had people in my ear saying like, you should do this with it. You should just do this, or you should wait for this. And I'm like, we've been promoting it for a minute. And as an artist, and I know all of us can relate to a certain extent, or even as a creator, when you have something that you worked on, it's so easy to hold on to it because you're like, it could be better. It could. There's so much to be improved with, and that just was gonna be me. I still would like, we could have made this a little bit better. We could have transitioned this. We could have made him look like this a little bit more. Like it could have been so many different things. And as creators, you're gonna like be stuck on that wave. So I said, bump it. Like, let's just drop a date. I was scared though, because I was like, all right, Ra. Our producer Ra was like, all right, well, if we post this, we can't take it back. And we posting, people want to see it. So I'm happy that we finally put it out and it's gotten a response. And even the awards, we 4 awards in. Shout out to the entire cast. That right there is not only one man that could do it. Everyone came through and they delivered, from the actors, even from the producers, from everyone that played a role in it becoming what it is. So shout out to everyone.
Yes, and I want to kind of get into the roles of the characters because I feel like I can safely speak for everyone watching as a viewer these roles felt like they were very handpicked for the people that played the roles. So for each of you guys, Malik, Mamie, and Devin, how would you say your character is relatable to you in real life? Like if you're that person, or you have someone like close to you, or you've encountered someone like your character that you're playing. And you guys, whoever can go first.
I would definitely say Faye is a lot similar to me as a person, just as far as like her indecisiveness, kind of like one foot in, one foot out type of thing. Cause like I'm at a constant battle at unlearning my procrastination and indecisiveness, like all the time, to the point where I like, you know, set things in place so that way I don't procrastinate, or I don't get to a place where I'm just like stuck in the middle and I'm like, I don't know what to do. Also, like, you know, her just being like a struggling artist, like trying to stay focused on paying her bills on time and making sure that, you know, she's not homeless and that her and her boyfriend can have food to eat. And then at the same time trying to be an actress, and then kind of thinking like, is this something I really want to do, because it's just not working out the way I want it to. And even the scene where she goes into that club and like they shooting in there and stuff like that, and she's going for an interview, that has happened to me before. I have literally seriously, I have gone on interviews to work at like bars or strip clubs or anything like that, to be like a bottle girl or a waiter. And I've seen stuff like that go down. So like, you know, that to me was just like, yeah, this is some ghetto mess. Like, but yeah, like I can honestly definitely say like I've been in those spaces before that she's been in, even with like her thought process, to where like, you know, I really enjoyed playing her, definitely, because it was authentic.
Okay.
Well, for me, you know, we friends with George in real life, and I'm like, is there a little bit of foreshadowing going on here? Because I see myself in a little bit of actually all of the female characters. As far as Tiffany is concerned, she's the funny friend. She's turned up. She's kind of a wild card, and I'd like to think that, you know, at times I'm the funny friend. With Blair, I can totally relate to her career struggle working in radio, not necessarily feeling like you're being paid your worth, and just trying to stay in the fight because you don't want to give up on your dreams and the things that you're passionate about, but you just ain't making enough money to survive. Like, we all get that struggle. And then Brianna is funny too with her little bougie self. You know, I think we all got a little bit of bougie Brianna in us as well. So, you know, George definitely casted everybody to perfection for this series, for sure.
Okay. And Malik?
Yeah, definitely. He definitely did his thing. I think with Jason, just looking back, he's trying to keep the relationship going, but he's also trying to figure a way to, you know, make a living, you know. And I think today that's how, you know, things are for me, you know, still trying to chase his dreams, but he's so mature, like, hey, just ease up a little bit, you know. And I think his friends actually help him do that. So yeah, it relates a lot to me.
Okay, so I kind of want to touch on that particular scene. So in that scene, or the scene that I'm thinking of, Faye and Jason, they're having a discussion. I think it's in the kitchen, and it's getting a little heated.
We got bills, real life shit, or did you forget that?
Excuse me? What the fuck is that supposed to mean?
I'm not trying to do this tonight, okay? I gotta get up in the morning.
There you go, running from shit again. All this because I brought up a fucking journal? Nigga, are you serious?
It's not about the fucking journal, okay? We have real responsibilities.
Understood, but you acting like we're living on good time status. Obviously, we're not where we want to be, but things take time.
Faye, we are trying to have stability.
You act as if we're old.
Yeah, but we're not getting any younger.
But as a creative, you guys know how hard it is when it comes to dating sometimes, whether it's dating somebody that's in your field or somebody that's not in your field and they don't understand. Yep. So when doing that scene, like, how easy or how hard was it for you to like really pour into it? Like, was it all like genuine feelings, like you had tons of inspiration to pull from for that? And how would you say, like, I guess the dynamic in the show, of course we'll see as the episodes play out, how well do you all think you portrayed that for it to be for what it is in real life?
I think we did a pretty good job of showing that inner struggle that each person has when it comes to like because Faye knows that. Faye, on the other hand, she kind of still is chasing her dream, even though, you know, like she has her doubts. Whereas like with her boyfriend, he's kind of like, I gave up on it. I'm not doing this. It's not working out for me. And she kind of feels like he's losing like that light within himself, and he's just accepting like, you know, something that's complacent. So I can definitely say like I haven't been in a long-term relationship where I had to like explain what I was doing and like why it's important to me, but I have been like that with my friendships. I have been like that with my family, where it's like they're suggesting like, well, maybe you should just go this route, or maybe you should just do this, like, you know, this acting thing, like, or they'll just make these like comments, or like not even trying to be malicious, but sometimes you know how people think they're helping you by trying to say certain stuff, but it's kind of low-key shady, because it's like, okay, you have faith in me, but at the same time, you're just because I'm not on the big screen or I'm not doing big things, you know, you're looking at me sideways like, okay, sis, you might want to pick something else. I've had to
okay, she reading. Okay, where the offering plate? Where the offering plate at? Okay.
Triggered.
We don't play that.
Very triggering.
No, seriously, because like I feel like we've all dealt with that, you know, because sometimes like especially with family, we have people look at you like, okay, you want to be a singer, you want to be an artist, you want to be a rapper, okay, how you gonna eat, how you gonna get consistent work, how you gonna do this, how you gonna do that? And it's like nobody in life has things figured out. Everybody just learns it as they go. Like, even if you want to be a doctor or something that's considered a real career, you still have to learn certain things. You still have to fail at certain things to get better at it. And I've had to do that with a lot of friends and family. I've even had to like break down to them like what acting is, because a lot of them is just like, you just reading words off a piece of paper, not that serious. Like,
yeah,
okay. So I can honestly say I've had to pull from personal platonic relationships like friendships, family, and I've also had to pull from myself for that as well, because I've had inner monologues. I don't know if you guys have inner monologues. Maybe it's just me because I'm weird, but I've had inner monologues with myself where I'm literally having an introspective moment where like, okay, this is what you want to do. How are you going to execute these things? And when are you going to start getting serious about it? You know what I mean? So that's what I personally can say that I had to pull from. It was a little difficult when I first started reading it because I kind of practiced it with my cousin. You know, she ain't nobody's actor, so like there wasn't.
Do her cousin on this,
don't do her.
No. I really don't want my cousin to think I'm like shading her, because that's not it at all. Like, she's fantastic. She did the best that she could do, you know, with the lines. But you know, she wasn't really giving me that energy, that feedback. So like learning the lines and trying to get into that headspace in the beginning was a little difficult. But once me and Malik started doing it together, it felt more natural. Okay. So yeah.
My acting teacher always told me like, yo, your gift is actually being in the present moment. So in the scene, I'm yelling. I'm like, bro, what the hell? I'm scaring myself and I'm scaring her. I'm like, bro, I don't know. I probably shouldn't be yelling like this.
Committing
but
to
it was like, man. So yeah, it was deep. Yeah, it's just crazy. I'm lost for words just thinking about it. We took so many takes, and I had to stop myself. Like, wait, I probably shouldn't be doing this, yelling like this. But no, keep going. So, yeah, just embodying the character. I think that's something that we can bring to the table, you know. And reading it, I might have read it, but I didn't like bring anyone into it. I wanted to just live in the moment once I got on set, and I actually feel the energy, and we did it.
Okay.
One thing I want to point out too about Malik, aka Jason, in television and roles, period, you don't see too many men who is moving in the mental state of how he's moving. Even though he's kind of given up on the dream aspect, he wants to be there with this girl. He wants to kind of grow and do something and have a future, compared to like, you know, being more like a Chris, aka Josh. You know, Josh a little bit, you know, we all know how Chris can be. And then, you know, we have, you know, a man played by Brandon who kind of got it all figured out in a sense. And, you know, he's just kind of stuck in that in between lane of like trying to be good, just like the other people that's winning his circle, but also kind of not be what he doesn't truly feel is him, which going down, other routes that's just unnecessary. It was interesting to see Malik come to the table and really bring this to life, and I think he did just that. So,
okay. So now I want to switch gears for a second. Let's get into Miss Tiffany, okay?
Can I call you back?
Oh, this is my song. This is my song. Turn it up. Oh, wait. No. Turn it down. I forgot I'm on the phone with my bitch.
Where the hell are you?
I'm in an Uber.
It's an Uber. You about to be on the side of the fucking road if you don't chill the fuck out, man. Relax, man. You better not throw it. Oh, what the fuck, man? Go ahead, keep throwing up. Fuck it, that's $500 extra in your shit.
Because the car, baby. I know I have been that friend. Okay, calling drunk in the car. I know I have been the friend to receive the call. Okay, so from that, first of all, has anybody experienced anything like that? Have you been the friends who make the calls and then you just call Earl real quick in the middle of the actual phone call?
Girl, I've been
seen
both.
my friends do it, but I never did that.
I've been both.
I've done it. I've done it, but unfortunately,
I'll text before I'll call. I ain't calling nobody. I'll text.
I don't trust myself texting. I don't trust it because it's gonna be a.
Right, that's too much evidence. Let me do the phone call. Okay, let me call.
You gotta read it.
That was a bum on the street. I ain't calling you.
Oh my gosh.
But no, so seriously, for Tiffany's character, what I really like is, and of course, we will learn more as the show goes on, but I love how we see her, she's entering the scene super lit, but then she's having that Lord Jesus help us all moment at the table. So again, what was that like? Because, it's easy to just, act. Did you have to pull from actual things? And then also, what is that like? Like, just, being around your friends, and it's like, you left a friend at the club, because we ain't gonna skip over that either. You left.
Now I ain't done that before. Okay.
So, what was that experience like?
Oh my God. George will tell you, I was actually really nervous about this scene, like seeing it back, because playing a drunk person, when I'm drunk, all I want is to no longer be drunk anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm old now, so I only enjoy being drunk for like the first hour. And then it's either I get super sick or I get super sleepy. So I'm like, I just want to make sure I don't look batshit crazy in this scene. But we've all been there before. Tiffany is a hot ass mess. And you will see as the season unfolds, she's going to have a lot more coming to Jesus moments because her life is in shambles.
One thing I want to put out there too, I think that the cool thing about this series is nothing is ever happening just because it's happening. And I think you will understand the reasonings, the actions, and even if you read between the lines, you see clear what's going on subliminally. And that is what I'm most eager for, because it's one thing to see somebody drunk in the car and hearing the dialogue of, I was in the car, I ended up leaving because I wasn't feeling it, I didn't want to disturb you. Like, I'm eager to see, once everything plays out and people rewatch, you're able to connect so many dots of actions and things that was happening. And I think the way how that scene came about, I was like, okay, shout out to Tiffany out here.
And I mean, shout out to my girl Faye, because Faye always there to come and help Tiffany get her out of her shit. So
Faye is gonna be right there with you. But it is Blair a real one too. Do you think Blair would be in a situation where she gonna pull up? If
that's yet to be determined.
I think she left her at the club. So
oh yeah, she did.
That's true. I was the bad friend in this situation. I definitely was the bad friend for sure.
I'm like, girl,
Blair would pull up. I think Blair would pull up. I think she would just have words. Like, I think she would have a lot to say, because Blair is like that. She's very nitpicky. But I think that she would be there. I think so. Like, if Tiffany was really in trouble, I think she would be there.
Brianna, not so much.
I don't get that. My sister was like, oh, I'm sorry. Next, I get that
Y'all
from
fighting?
Brianna all day.
Brianna would be like, I just got my gel acrylics done and my toes done. I'm
Right.
not about to mess that up.
Right.
I catch y'all on the flip side.
The line for me was,
Beyonce tickets. So should I really come and help y'all?
listen, the line for me was more seats for the person. I said, no. I can't.
Everybody has had an event or a birthday where they was like, all right, Tanisha, Khadijah, Christopher, everybody coming in. It's like, oh, so them 4 seats open, right? Okay.
Got it.
Put your you know, that's everybody being, you be mad, but you're like, I ain't gonna show no mad. I'm not mad.
Definitely
That was funny.
understand. Also, I want to touch on Faye, the whole card declining, because again, you ain't got to be a creative to have been in that space. I know I done been there a couple times, like, shh, it's so loud. Like, shh.
Bad news for you, honey. Your card declined again. So I'm gonna give that back to you, okay?
Do you have to be so loud with the again? Try this one.
Of course. All right, let's see.
Access denied.
You sure?
Positive. Nope.
Access denied.
You know what it is?
No.
You know how banks like be locking you out?
Yes.
Like,
Access
Nope.
denied.
Declined again.
you know, out of your account and stuff? I think that's what it is.
Oh wait, approved.
Oh,
Must be your good card. Ooh, child. Girl, you hear that? It's the broke bitch for me.
Just get my ear real quick. Even
The
that.
machine just was loud as hell.
Listen,
Not
and then-
access denied. I ain't
listen,
never heard
and
that.
then the
I never heard that one. I was like,
Hey,
this must be an
Honey.
entrance or something.
I was just so, I said, oh no.
They must be in London.
But
That
listen,
happens in London.
what
Oh my God.
Yo,
has that
she's in
ever,
London.
happened for you? And then what have you done in real life to, kind of try to save the face that fell?
So luckily, I've taken my card declines in private. Like my
Okay.
card has declined on the internet when I've tried to buy stuff online. That has never
Okay.
happened to me in public. However, I have been with people and that has happened to them. And it's kind of that moment where, like, you know how when somebody is like crying and it gets awkward and you don't want to laugh, but then you look at somebody else and you end up laughing. That's kind of what it feels like.
Oh my God, yo.
Oh,
But
That's
do you
kinda what it feels
console?
like, because it's like, I mean, and I've usually been the person that's like, if your card's not working, like, I can pay for it, you just pay me back. You know what I mean? But it's literally like, I don't want to laugh, but at the same time, it's like, damn. Like, just like how Kevin Hart, did that whole thing to Don Cheadle when he was
Yes.
oh, dang, yo, he was hurt. He was like, are you serious? He's like, I was joking.
Yeah, usually when my card declines, it's online when I'm at home, and then I usually just close my laptop and go to sleep. Because clearly I shouldn't be spending money anyway. So
Okay. Now
Yep.
I want to throw it to Malik really quick. So the scene when you're in the car and you're with Chris, that whole thing, I want to know for you as a guy, because of course, as women, we hear different things about how guys have like their chatter and how guys want things to be in order before they're pursuing and they're being with the one that they want to be with. But do you think that's always the case, especially for your character, Jason? Like, he's really trying to figure life out without interfering with the plans that he has for Faye? Or do you think he's just like throwing everything in the mix and piling like, all right, let's see what we get out of this?
No, I think for him, he's really like trying to figure this stuff out, and that's why he talked to his guys. He's really trying to figure it out from being in the car, from the game night when they was playing the game. I think he moves different. I think he's more traditional in my sense. Like, he's the type that he wants that family, and he even says that in the end of the scene or end of the series or the show actually, when they was getting dressed up for the birthday party or for the engagement. So yeah, I think so.
Okay.
I
And
like
then
how
for-
vulnerable he is. That's just
Yes.
it's like the vulnerability.
Jeez,
the emotion.
that part is not
You don't get that.
I swear to God, he's
You don't
brave.
get that too
He'll
often.
I think And a part of me is like that when it comes to family or something I really care about. Like if you had a incident or anything happen, man, I got their back. So you really had to dive in deep for that, you know.
Mhm.
Now with your boy Josh, man, did you know when we were shooting the scene, he spit on my cheek, man? You gotta tell him about it.
Bro, worry about why you so bright with your bright shirt, your bright skin,
There
and you
you
still
go
ain't got no
spitting.
flashlight. You not a
Crew.
doctor, you a rent-a-cop. Look, they ain't give you a flashlight, they
Well,
ain't give you a
don't.
chihuahua, they ain't give you no pit bull, they ain't give you nothing, all right? You're bright, you're yellow,
Yeah, and make
and
your
you ain't got
money.
no
You
flashlight.
stop.
No, look, don't worry
Spit.
about spit. You need to
Yo,
you need to
hit
figure
my
out
cheek,
you
yo.
need to figure out the last clue to get to
Yo,
your
you-
Scooby-Doo trail.
You really
all right?
did that. That's good. At least I got a job.
And he actually, I was
on
like,
your
bro, I was
cheek.
trying hard not to. You ain't see in the scene. He was like, yo, stop spitting. I was really saying that, bro.
One,
If you play
one
it
thing,
back,
Oh,
I was like, and he just kept going. I'm like, I wanted to say, yo, hold on, cut real fast.
not cut. I'm
Y'all's
sure it was
chemistry
acting.
though is great. Like you would
Yeah.
definitely think that y'all are day ones for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
And that's the energy and chemistry between everybody. Like, again, down to me feeling like the roles were handpicked for everybody. Everybody's chemistry is spot on, and it's very, very believable. So again, kudos, Sister J. Benear, because you did your thing with the cast, okay? So
we did our thing. We did our thing.
super, super excited. So can we get a spoiler for episode 2?
Spoilers? Actually, I think we can add a spoiler in this clip. We'll add a spoiler. We'll add a clip, and then yeah.
Look, I don't know what's going on, but the other day Riley told me that they took her shopping for Easter dresses.
Easter done came and gone a long time ago.
My point exactly. Like, the shit don't add up. Why are you taking her dress shopping, and why do you have this stranger around my baby?
You know what? You're not doing enough research. Okay, what's her IG, her Instagram, her Twitter, and her OnlyFans page?
Girl, I already looked it up.
What'd you see?
Nothing. I scrolled for days and didn't get nothing, okay? I learned more about the girl's dog than I did about her. Like, there's no trace of her even being in a relationship. And don't judge, but I liked her photo by accident.
On the Finsta page, right?
For mine.
Oh my God. I want to see what exactly y'all talk about, and I don't know what episode that's in. So if you're watching this, you better be tuned in like I am, because I need to know what's going on.
Everything comes full circle. Everything comes full circle. I will say that. Everything, pay close attention. Everything comes full circle.
But thank you guys so much for joining me for the UnBothered After Show. We are excited for episode 2 that's going to drop. Make sure you guys are following UnBothered on Instagram, on Twitter, and of course, you make sure you're subscribing to this YouTube channel, because all the goodies, exclusives, the after show, the episodes, and then some is going to be here. And yeah, again, clap it up for Jay Benear, Jason, Tiffany, and Faye, played by Malik Gray, Devin Carter, and Mamie Caroma. Woo, woo, woo. And give it up for Coco Louie. All right, thank you guys so much again for tuning into the UnBothered After Show. I'm your host, Coco Louie, aka Shelly Squad. That's right. If you saw episode 1, then I am Shelly. Anyhow, make sure you guys are following the UnBothered series on Instagram at UnBothered series. Of course, on Twitter as well, UnBothered series. And you need to be subscribed right here to the YouTube UnBothered series. And don't forget that playlist out on all streaming platforms available. Okay, it's the vibe. I know. Check it out. See you guys next time.
But now I'm seeing who you are. Was come up with the list and I balance out the hurt to help me with the stress and trusted your words. But see how you be acting. You got some nerve to say that I be spazzing, but it's gorgeous, baby. Oh, please don't say you love me, baby. Cause baby, if I forget all the times you made me sweat you, I need to rewind it, baby. I'm keeping this reminder, baby. Gorgeous, baby. Oh, please don't say you love me, baby. Cause baby, if I forget all the times you made me sweat you,